The sun continues to shoot off CMEs, and we go out to explore the wonders of the night sky for June of 2025. I'm Michael Martin, and this is Late Night Astronomy. With no major meteor showers this month, let's begin at the center of our solar system by taking a look at the surface of the sun. In fact, a major eruption just occurred on May 31st from a sunspot, and we'll be able to see the impacts of that as the particles interact with our atmosphere on the night of June 1st into the early morning of June 2nd, possibly leading to some incredible auroras being seen in places where you normally would never think to look for them. To catch these auroras, you're going to want to go outside about 2 hours after sunset and face towards the north. Get away from as much light pollution as you possibly can and look for waves of light and flickers of light in the sky. You're not going to see much in terms of color with the naked eye, but if you hold up your cell phone and do long exposure photography for even just 2 or 3 seconds, the sky will really explode with color if the auroras are up there. Now, the timing of these events in terms of when they actually impact and hit our atmosphere can vary. I would encourage you all to use NOAA or spaceweather.com along with your local news to see when the best time is for you to go out to see this event. I'll be honest with you, sometimes it feels like the moon just gets in the way of me wanting to observe faint deep sky objects, but I'm trying to change my perspective on that. I've recently begun different programs that have me study and sketch different features on the lunar surface, and it's really helped to regain my interest in our closest neighbor and how remarkable the surface of it is to go out to see with a pair of binoculars or a telescope. Let's begin with the moon this month by taking a look at its phases, beginning with the first quarter moon on June 2nd, full moon June 11th, last quarter moon June 18th, and a new moon June 25th. The moon makes several close passes to objects inside and outside of our solar system this month, including Mars on June 1st, Saturn and Neptune June 18th, Venus June 22nd, Mercury June 27th, and an incredibly close pass again to Mars, this time near the end of the month on June 29th. This will be a great opportunity to go out with a pair of binoculars or a telescope to, in some cases, see both of these objects in the same field of view. If you're going out to observe the moon, consider keeping records of your observations and perhaps even starting an observing program from the Astronomical League. My favorite astronomy app, SkySafari, has an incredibly detailed map of the lunar surface that will allow you to find and verify craters and mountain ranges night to night depending on the lunar phase. Sadly, our drought of evening planets continues in June, and we finally lose Jupiter to the horizon by the end of this month. Jupiter will be just above the horizon at the start of the month, about 30 minutes after sunset, but will quickly move close to the sun. As Jupiter moves below the horizon, Mercury will actually start to make its way higher in the western sky. Go out and look for it about 30 to 45 minutes after sunset, around the middle of the month. I've only viewed Mercury a handful of times through the telescope, but I might actually make an attempt at it this month when it's at its highest point in the west around June 27th. As the sky continues to darken, only Mars will be visible in the evening sky. But as the month goes on, it will only get more and more difficult to see as it too approaches the horizon. Switching to the early morning sky, Saturn and Neptune rise to good heights for observing around 4 a.m. in the east, with Venus coming into view by 5 a.m., and Uranus being a tough binocular target and telescope target as well, low to the horizon. With no major comets to look at this month, let's move our attention to deep sky objects that can be viewed with the naked eye, a pair of binoculars, and a telescope. To do that, let's go outside about an hour and a half after sunset and face towards the east. Begin by looking up with the naked eye, enjoying some views of one of the most interesting constellations in the night sky, Hercules. Located between the bright stars Arcturus and Vega, Hercules appears as a kneeling man. The 4 upper stars in Hercules form a figure known as the keystone. Take your time to get to know this region of space and maybe even sketch the outline of this constellation. After you've become familiar with this part of the night sky, Take out a pair of binoculars and slowly explore Hercules at around 10 times magnification. Depending on your light pollution, two soft, blurry objects might appear with your binoculars, M92 and M13. To fully start to appreciate these globular clusters, let's move to a telescope and start our study of these objects around 50 times magnification. M92 is often overlooked because of its more popular nearby neighbor M13, but should not be missed when you're out observing this summer constellation. Moving up to the four keystone stars we talked about earlier brings us to one of the most impressive globular clusters in the entire night sky, M13, the Great Hercules Cluster. With some estimates putting the Hercules cluster near 1 million stars, it creates a truly incredible view for us here on Earth to see with binoculars or a telescope. And at an age of nearly 12 billion years old, it is one of the oldest objects in our entire galaxy. My most pleasing views typically occur between 100 and 150 times magnification, depending on the seeing conditions from night to night. If you're able to take any images of these globular clusters or anything else in the night sky this month, please share them with me over on Instagram at Late Night Astronomy. Thanks for joining us on our journey through the night sky. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and consider subscribing to this channel to join our growing community. But most importantly, let us know what you're getting out to image and observe in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for your continued support, and clear skies from Late Night Astronomy.